How does the Force work, as it's explained in the original trilogy? Is it power levels based on midichlorian count?
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form.
That's not how the Force works.
Well, what is it then?
The Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us.
Not a good enough reason to use the word penetrate.
It binds the galaxy together.
Yeah, we all know that already, but how does it work? We know there are people who are sensitive to its presence and people who are not. So this means either it's random who's born a Force sensitive, or it's hereditary.
You are the descendants of the world's most legendary superheroes.
All he wants is to live up to his family name.
My parents are the greatest superheroes on the planet.
Or both.
This is all my fault.
Actually, they discovered that males are the ones who carry the mutant gene and pass it on, so it's his fault.
But we can't really tell with the information we have, so what can we tell? Well, as a Force sensitive, what can you do with the Force? What are the limits?
Always with you what cannot be done. Hear you nothing that I say.
Master, moving stones around is one thing. This is totally different.
No, no different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
Anything is possible with the Force. If there is literally zero difference between lifting a rock or an X-Wing, then the Force is unlimited. But then why does Luke fail so much? Is it because he hasn't done enough Force training? Or is it something much, much more interesting? This is what I plan to explain/explore in this video today. How the Force is unlimited, but the users are not. There are three things that determine how a Jedi can use the Force: your mind's eye, focus/control of your thoughts and feelings, and faith in the Force. Your mind's eye is when you picture what you want to do with the Force. Luke pictures the remote when he blocks the blaster bolts.
You know, I did feel something. I could almost see the remote.
That's good. You've taken your first step into a larger world.
Luke knows his objective in the Death Star trench run.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go, Luke.
And Luke pictures his lightsaber flying into his hand. Your mind's eye is basically how creative you are. What do you want to do with the Force? This ties into how what you want to do with the Force must be the focus of your thoughts and feelings. Luke struggles with this a little bit in two scenes, but ultimately Luke is a very focused individual. He knows what he wants, and he fights for it almost immediately. This brings us to the last point: faith. Faith is complete trust and confidence in someone or something. A Jedi must have faith in the Force. If you don't have faith, then the Force will not work.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No. Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
Luke's primary struggle in Episode 5 is a lack of faith.
I don't believe it. That is why you fail.
This is an aspect of the Force that I think a lot of people forget about, and it's mostly because the prequels failed to explore faith as a factor in using the Force almost entirely. Faith is replaced with false prophecies and power levels.
I need a midichlorian count.
The reading is off the chart.
It's over 9,000!
It is
is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
And don't get me wrong, I like power levels, I like DBZ and Avatar: The Last Airbender, but the Force is clearly shown to be primarily based on your faith and not your physical ability, especially in Episode 5.
I can't. It's too big.
Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? And where you should not. For my ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is. Life creates it. Makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. You must feel the Force around you.
It's unfortunate because the amount of faith a character has or doesn't have is really interesting. Luke doesn't have a lot of faith, and for good reason. He lost his family, he's been fighting in an underdog rebellion against a powerful enemy for a few years, and he lost his mentor, the man who introduced him to the existence of the Force in the first place. Yoda, on the other hand, has had 900 years to develop a strong faith in the Force, but he's a pacifist, which is why he never engaged in the Galactic Civil War and why he shouldn't have played such a physical role in the Clone War.
Only what you take with you. Your weapons. You will not need them.
Yoda's faith in the Force is strong, but even his faith had limits.
Master Yoda, you can't die.
Strong am I with the Force, but not that strong.
This idea of faith in the Force is so interesting because it automatically gives these characters depth and diversity from one another. Some people have a stronger faith in the Force and can do more with it, some don't, and use it as a tool and just a physical extension of themselves instead of a spiritual one. It also isn't as much about Jedi being strong so much as it is them letting the strength of the Force flow into them.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
So the main point of this video is that the Force itself is unlimited, but the Jedi is not.
You see? You can do it.
Hey there, if you guys like what we got here at Full Time Fans, why don't you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you know when we upload videos. Give this video a like and share it around with your friends, and we'll see you next time.